I am your host Tyler, and with me is Nick.
I'm here and I'm strapping back on my boots. I'm ready.
And it's not the only thing we're getting equipped with. We're digging out some Pokeballs. We're getting our Pokédex. We're getting our trainer hats.
Yeah, I've got my Rotom.
Your what?
Oh
I'm
no.
sorry. It's
No,
been so long since I've been in the Pokemon.
I'm sorry. No, Rotom was a Pokemon that was also kind of like a Pokédex.
Is he the one that can turn
Listen,
into like a washing machine and stuff?
I actually don't know. I only played Pokemon Emerald. But Tyler, Pokemon, big franchise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, owned by a company that loves suing people.
Yep, absolutely hates you.
You know,
It's
another
basically
company.
GW.
Yeah, you know, another company that does that. So I figured, hey, you know what? We have a bunch of nerds here. We have a bunch of video gamers.
Oh yeah, we got a wide diversity of nerds. We have everything from the World War II nerds to the Pokemon nerds.
Exactly. Tyler, do you know how many Pokemon types there are?
I'm, we didn't prepare anything for this at all, so no, I don't know.
18. Does that sound
18,
familiar?
18, 18. Uh, hmm. No, that number doesn't connect with anything else.
We're talking about the Primarchs.
Yeah. So so
We're
we're
talking about the Primarchs.
we're making every Primarch. We are getting back into the slop. We are making every Primarch as a Pokemon gym leader.
Absolutely. And honestly, Tyler, I'm excited because we're getting back into slop stuff. We can just hang out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we don't have to do hours of research. We just gotta talk about
We don't have
Pokemon.
to read like 6 books and cite all of our sources.
And Tyler, you said you wanted these to be kind of like gym leaders.
Yeah, yeah. So real quick. We're doing every Primarch as their Pokemon type, and then we're giving them a Pokemon of the same type that kind of goes with them, but we'll get into it because there were some kind of hard picks. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what we're doing.
All right. Well, hey, why don't we start with the first in the list?
Real quick, I just want to point out that this thumbnail is the second Pokemon thumbnail that we have on the channel. If I haven't updated the old one,
What?
and this is like the third time we've made a Pokemon reference in our channel. So I don't know if I had some nickels for it, it wouldn't be a whole lot, but it would be weird that it's happened at least 3 times.
You probably have 15 cents.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well,
anyways, what are we doing first? What's our first type?
oh, well, normal type, obviously. The classic.
So, does anyone want to take a guess for what the most normal Primarch is?
Exactly. Who's the guy who's gonna be en route like 101 with Eradicate, a Pidgeot, you know, the classic
Who
dudes, maybe a Slack off?
who is the human fighter with, very, very just across the board generic stats?
Who's making boiled chicken with white rice? It's our boy, Bobby G, Rabute Gilliman.
Yeah, so Rabutsa Gilman is our normal type. I mean, yeah, there's no other Primarch I can think of that really fits into a normal type because you got to think like Ultramarines. They're the generalists. Same thing with normal type. It's your Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, they're just average creatures, basically. Some of them have wacky gimmicks. Like, I think,
Like
the
Windsor
Windsor Loudred line is normal.
But
But
honestly,
honestly,
I
I
think
think
a
a
great
great Pokemon to emphasize Rabute Gilliman's versatility is Eevee.
Yeah, it's kind of where I was going to. It's what I was going with as well because I don't know. I'm trying to find the most just generic, bland Pokemon, and I'm sorry, I'm just insulting Eevee fans. I like Eevee too, but like, it's just a dog. I mean, it's just a very, very basic Pokemon.
I mean, but the name comes from evolution. So the
Mm-hmm.
idea is that depending on how you want to spec them, you can make them different types. And I think that is really cool. And I think Rabute Gilliman being versatile enough to adapt to different people's strategies and to overcome the various challenges he is dealt with,
Yeah,
I think fits Eevee's vibes.
it's literally their detachment.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Eevee is just a cute little guy, and I think Repute
Okay,
Gilliman is
real
just a
quick,
cute
before
little
we go
guy.
on, what is your favorite Eevee evolution?
Oh God. Shoot, that's a good one.
Me, myself, I've always been a Jolteon fan.
Jolteon's good. I mean, I'm somewhere between. I think Flareon and Sylveon. I think those are my two.
Okay, I also like Sylveon.
You know, wish they had a poison type evolution.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, or like a ghost type.
Speaking of poison, what's our poison?
Oh,
Pick your
okay, we're jumping
poison.
ahead. All right.
I mean, we don't
Uh,
have to, but I figured it'd be a nice Dean Kamen.
I am not going to remember otherwise, but that's okay. Poison. I think. Okay, we were between two. The two picks for poison, I think, are Mortarion and
Yeah,
Fulgrim.
it's
Right.
the sick, like ooh, infecting you. If you aren't getting why we're saying Fulgrim as a possibility for poison, it's the whole thing with like the Lair Blade and poisoning Rabute. So yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think there's two types of like what the vibes for poison because I was looking at poison type Pokemon, and there's two kind of like types of poison type Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
There's the noxious gas like sludge
And then the
decay
snake,
like it touches you poison sort of thing like coughing the trash Pokemon that kind of thing.
the literal pile of
Muck,
trash.
muck. But then there's the like venom poison,
Yeah.
the like poisonous barbs on plants, and all the like snake Pokemon like Arbok and Seviper
Mm-hmm.
are poison types. You know?
Yeah, so I think in our original typing we had it set to Mortarion. Talis helped us out with some of these choices too. But I think we're gonna make Poison be Fulgrim just for the fact that
Mm-hmm.
like Mortarion isn't poison, right? It's disease and sickness, and while you can say that's kind of a poison, Fulgrim literally has poison. Plus he's got the snake aesthetic.
Exactly. So I think giving Fulgrim a gym leader, give him like a Seviper or something that he's named, I think that's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, I think that would work. I mean, yeah.
And honestly, like Mortarion already has like an animal aesthetic that goes with him. Like if Fulgrim is a snake, what is Mortarion?
Mortarion. Well, he does have giant moth wings.
Yeah. And I think that's bug type.
Yeah, that's kind of fair because so in our original typing, we couldn't figure out what we wanted for bug, so we just kind of gave it to the most underappreciated and the Primarch that nobody cares about the most, Corvus Corex. So
Yeah, but then Talis was like, yo, that's stupid. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. What is your suggestion? And Talis was like, yo, make Mortarion bug. I don't know why I didn't think of Death Guard as
yeah,
bug.
I mean, I don't
Like,
know,
that's
when I
crazy.
think of Mortarion, and also Death Guard as a whole, because they do have the flies and everything. Like, I don't know, I just
Yeah.
never thought
Destroyer
of
Hunt.
any
Yeah.
bug coated stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know there was any bug coded Primarchs, but I'm like, oh my god, yeah, Mortarion. So we got to give him like either I'm thinking like flies or moths, and I
Hmm.
think there is a dual type poison bug Pokemon that's a moth, and I think that's Mortarion, right?
Yeah. What is that Pokemon? Because I forget.
Dustox.
Who?
Dustox.
Hmm.
Dustox is okay in Generation 3, Pokemon Emerald, my beloved. You get Wurmple. You know Wurmple?
Yeah. Oh, Dustox. Oh, I've always not been a fan of this Pokemon.
So Wurmple is one of the funny caterpillars that they came up with. And there's the other one. You get Cascoon or Silcoon.
Hmm.
Silcoon evolves into I think Butterfree, and then Cascoon evolves into Dustox. Dustox looks a little funky, but it's a poison bug type and it's a moth.
Why?
Like that's Mortarion.
Why is there? Why is there so many humanoid drawings of Dustox?
Oh, like the Gajinka Dustox. Don't listen. There's a
I
lot of that stuff in Pokemon fan art. Don't worry about it.
maybe I shouldn't scroll as far.
Yeah, don't find the Lopunny art.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Huh. Also, real quick, I wanna mention my favorite moth Pokemon. I'm gonna
Oh,
butcher the name, but Volcarano. Volcarona?
What is that? Hold on, I'm gonna Google this.
No,
Tell me about it.
it's the red moth, like fire Pokemon. I just don't know how to pronounce the name, is all.
Volcarona? Oh my god, this thing is sick! What the
You've
hell?
never seen that Pokemon? What?
Wait. Tyler, did you ever watch Bakugan?
Yeah, I watch fucking Bakugan. What do you mean?
The head of this guy and its shape reminds me of the like element changing Pokemon that the little nerd had.
What? Oh, dude,
Please.
you're trying to make me recall memories from like elementary school.
No, dude. Someone in the comments has seen Bakugan and is gonna look at Volcarano and is like,
Bakugan
"Dang,
fan in our fucking
this
comments just
this looks
freaking out."
Yeah, it was the little short dude. I think Marucho. Yeah, it was like Marucho's Pokemon, and it was like a sarcastic little guy. God, you know what? No, someone else can find this. Someone else can find this. We're gonna move on.
I have no clue. Anyways, do we want to go back in order? Do we want to get back onto the list?
Yeah, let's go back. So after normal, I think comes fighting, and I think this one is kind of a slam dunk.
It's really nailing it. So what's Pokemon, or what Primarch can we think of that is huge, jacked, got a lot of muscle, very angry, always wants to beat shit up?
Oh yeah, the 1v1 mono on mono. I'm not gonna use any funny magic. I'm just gonna punch the crap out of you. It's my boy, my favorite Primarch, Angron, Lord of the Red Sands, Lord of Nuceria, my goat.
It's really just a perfect match. Even to the coloring, like the fighting type is like
red.
It's like a reddish orange, just like Angron.
Yeah, and dude, you look at the Pokemon, you got like Machamp, who's just a big guy with 4 arms. Like, come on.
I don't know.
That's so awesome.
Machamp doesn't really fit the aesthetic. I mean, other than the muscles.
Okay, so there's Conkeldurr, who's a big guy who hits you with rocks.
Actually, I don't know. Conkeldurr, for everybody in the comments, I'm gonna butcher all these Pokemon names, and you know what? I don't care. I don't care if I insult you. I'm sorry, I do, but I'm gonna try my best. Anyways.
Okay.
He kind of matches like the World Eater's aesthetic.
Oh, you know what else? Okay, I love Heresy era World Eaters, right?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is strong brotherhood, fighting in like a shield wall is what they used to do. And their whole thing was like hoplite sort of vibes with a little bit of Roman gladiator culture. Do you know Phalanx?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Phalanx, Falinks. It's just a bunch of cute little hoplite dudes. And,
this is silly.
I love Phalanx so much.
I mean, it's pretty cute, but like...
In Pokemon Go, you get to watch them march around. And I think, like, this is, like, pre-Nails World Eaters.
So hang on. I have a problem, okay? I need to mention my problem. When we get into some later Primarchs, you're gonna notice that, we had an idea of, like, what would be the perfect Pokemon, and it just doesn't exist. How do we not have those Pokemon, but we have these little goobers?
I know we don't have like a stereotypical like devil Pokemon, I think, but I think we do. There's like an imp Pokemon, but he's like a twink, and Angron does not give twink energy.
Did you just say twink?
Dude, no, I swear, I'm not talking. No, there is a like fairy type. I think it's like dark fairy type. There's a fairy type Pokemon that's like a little imp, little goblin guy.
Imp, Pokemon. Twink. Let's see what happens. Okay. As I expected, I'm gonna close this tab.
You gonna quickly switch to incognito real quick?
So
I'll save that for later.
Who do we have next?
Okay, who do we have next?
Oh wait, we didn't choose one for
Angron?
Angron. Honestly,
dude.
I think Conkeldurr is
Yeah.
I don't know. It just like when I hear. So when I was reading Sigismund, I don't know what World Eater he's talking to, But when I'm listening to him, I don't know. It just kind of Conqueror. He fits the vibe that I'm thinking of.
I'm pretty sure that Sigismund had a duel with Karn
Yeah, I
in the
think it was
Heresy series.
Karn. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Conkeldurr because he's got like the big pillars, reminds me of like the pillars of the arena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they and also the chains.
Yeah, that you know what? You're right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well,
Uh
flying.
Flying, I mean, here's the thing.
So what's our
I
bird
originally had
Pokemon, Nick?
I originally had someone else here. I was going between Sanguinius and
Yeah,
Korax.
we did have
I
Sanguinius first. I mean, and it's kind of, I mean, you can see where we're going with that with the big wings. But
Yeah, but Korax is so bird themed and all the bird Pokemon are flying types.
yeah,
Like,
so yeah,
yeah,
it's
so I was thinking
gorgeous.
like yeah, and I was thinking, okay, what bird types are there? There's like Altaria,
No,
there's like Pidgeot, but Talis. I think when we first came up with this idea, it was either you or Talis was like, hey, have you seen Corviknight?
no, it wasn't. How
Oh,
do you,
was it someone on the Discord?
yeah, I'm trying to find his name right now.
Oh, shoot.
Just trying to take his credit. I see how you are, Nick. Okay, so yeah, so the guy in our
Talis.
Discord,
Hold
Retro Mecha, he really nailed it with the Pokemon that he chose. Corviknight of Corvus Corax. I mean, you really
it's
can't get any closer than this.
yeah, it's just a angry crow. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. There is like Murkrow, but it's not the same as Corviknight.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's not as edgy. Plus, you also have the Corva, stuff in it.
It's in the name. Come
So,
on.
yeah.
All right, so I guess next is ground and rock. Tyler, ground and rock type to me
Hmm.
feel like
Hmm.
kind of the
kind of
same.
kind of
Like I don't know.
yeah, kind of on the same side, two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, very very
Very
sturdy, very
similar.
hard.
What would work with having two Primarchs kind of basically the same thing but not really?
And both known for being very sturdy and very stubborn, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay, so let's start.
let's not
Yeah,
be as sarcastic. It's Rogodorn and Perturabo.
right. And so I personally found that I think I want Perturabo as ground type,
I
and
agree.
then
So
Dorn as rock
yeah,
type.
so Rogodorn, he always has like the quotes, like he looks like stone. He has sitting on termination like stone, stone this, rock and stone. It's
Yeah,
that for me is Rogodorn. And then when I think ground, I think ground assault. I think siege. I think some trenches, some
yeah.
fortifications.
Yeah, trenches, drills, earthworks, that kind of thing. And I think there's a couple Pokemon that like might be Perturabo coded. Like for some reason, Donphan is a ground type. He's a big elephant, but he's like gray and angry. I think a big gray angry elephant just kind of gives me
It kind
Perturabo
of fits.
vibes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You
Yeah, I also
had
like Drill. Oh, I also have Drillbur because Drillbur's just a mole. He just drills and things, and I don't know why. I like to imagine Perturabo really likes playing
ooh
Minecraft and just being one of the mining
ooh.
gremlins.
I don't know. This would be kind of a good insult against Iron Warriors fans.
Yeah, and by the way, we have someone else for Steel, but we're putting him here. We're putting Perturabo here.
Yeah.
Rock. Um.
You had some. I think I really like mine, but go ahead and give us your picks.
For ground or rock.
For rock.
Okay, rock. I put Stonejourner because one, I like the
Yeah,
Gen
I mean
8
that's kind
like
of okay.
runestone. I like the Gen 8 runestone based things. I think they're kind of funny. But Stonejourner is basically like a big guy made of rocks. And I think that not Percher, crap. I think Dorn gives me the vibes of like a statue, an
Yeah, that's fair.
immovable statue.
Dude,
And
what
I
is this
think
second Pokemon you listed? This is just a fucking Minecraft mob.
so. Okay, Knackle is Gen 9, I think. Their whole thing is that they're basically like salt crystals, and Garganackle is basically a giant golem made of salt crystals.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was at some point I did want to give Perturabo Garganackle because Perturabo's so salty.
That's honestly that's pretty fair. I like that. I chose a different one.
Sure.
I wanted to do like a real classic Pokemon, and this has always been like one of my
Hmm.
favorites. Plus it is rock type. Rhyhorn. I really like Rhyhorn.
Rhyhorn is it, dude.
I
You're right.
I mean, he doesn't really have a rhinoceros type of thing, but Rhyhorn just I has a very
It
it's just the
it has
vibe of
vibes.
it.
Right, and honestly, I think Rogodorn would love Rhyhorns as like a beast, as like a concept, you know?
Yeah, I really don't like Rhyhorn's evolution. Um,
Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind, I'm thinking of something else. There's a Pokemon that might show up later, but yeah. I think that
he just has pissed
original
off Imperial
Rhyhorn,
Fist energy.
yeah. Rhyhorn, I think like a bull or a rhino is very much Imperial Fist. Stubborn as hell, big and strong, but also like, at least in terms of bulls, like, they don't take no shit.
Yeah.
That's them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Okay,
So
so what's up next?
we did Bug, right? Yeah, we did Bug because
Yeah, Bug
that was
Mortarian, yeah.
Mortarion.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Okay, so when I think ghost, I think of spirits.
Mm,
I think of the nether realm, the land beyond ours, that kind of
yeah.
thing.
And there's a couple
And
Primarchs we could do. There's Magnus with the magic. There's Lorgar with the demons. Um, I'm sure you can make a case for a couple others.
well, ghost is also associated like it can't interact with normal types,
Mhm.
and so I think that ghost and normal kind of has like a rivalry. And I find that Rabute Gilliman and Lorgar's sort of enmity in the Horus Heresy was cool. And
Lorgar.
Lorgar's whole thing is summoning demons and communing with this song, with the warp. The warp is the great ocean. And Magnus and Lorgar, I think, are the two that are most connected to the warp.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like Horus, I guess, but that's a later thing.
No, that's more of
Um,
like I don't know, like Lorgar and Magnus's
Magnus are the two.
connection is like knowing magic, whereas like
Yeah,
Horus's would be like he just has like a blessing or like a magical artifact.
yeah, but I think that Magnus knows magic in more of its pure form. Lorgar directly gets influenced and gets inspiration from the gods, and I
Hmm.
think that is where I think Lorgar fits ghost type a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best pick. Um, plus, I mean, Lorgar, he's an asshole. He fucks with a lot of stuff, and in a lot of the anime, it's normally ghost type Pokemon for like the spooky episodes, and he's like messing with shit.
That's true, and also lots of ghost type Pokemon are very very tragic, and Lorgar, not saying that Lorgar's a tragic figure. We feel sympathetic to him.
No,
I'm just saying
no, not happening.
he is a bitch. But
Oh, dude. Oh, we should
what's
have picked
up?
Magnus because your second Pokemon would go so hard with Magnus.
Okay, here's the thing though. So
Oh,
one of my Pokemon
man.
picks was Cophagrigus, which is basically an Egyptian sarcophagus. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all know Magnus is going to be psychic type. That's just it. He is the
Yeah.
wizard. So Cophagrigus, I put in here. Lorgar and Colchis, his home planet, have very
Oh,
North Africa
yeah,
and
that's right.
Arab vibes. You know, their whole thing is that their whole planet is basically like, okay, they're built on beautiful religious cities in the middle of nowhere. It gives me like Jerusalem, Damascus sort of
Yeah, I
vibes.
get that.
He is very, very much based on the Near East, and so I'm like, Cophagrigus could fit his vibe.
What is this third
Um,
Pokemon?
Spectrier, Ghost Horse.
This is just a pony.
Okay, fine. Duskull then. What about Duskull? Just a spooky little ghost.
Yeah, I'm cool with that because like I could also see like, all right, in my
What about Haunter?
Pokemon fan fiction, I can
Yeah.
imagine Lorgar using Duskull to like whisper in Horace's ear, do it, pick up the thing.
You know what's
I guess
unfortunate?
Fulgrim would be the better thing for like picking up a sword.
Well, you know what's unfortunate? I was trying to go for like single type picks here. Haunter is I think poison and ghost,
It's
and a
okay.
Haunter I think is like it. You know what I
I
mean?
think using a dual type Pokemon is fine.
Yeah, we
Um,
did with Corviknight.
ooh, Haunter would be a really nice pick. I'm going with Haunter.
Yeah,
It's yeah, Haunter's really cool.
yeah, let's do it. Okay. Speaking of people haunting you from beyond the grave, Ferris Manus. Where are we putting him?
Um, well, he is he is Primarch of the Iron Hands on board his ship, the what is it, the Fist of Iron,
The Hand of Iron. Yeah,
the Hand of Iron with his hmm, iron. What goes with iron?
steel. It's
Yeah,
steel type. It's
it's
steel type.
steel.
We need to stop this. We need to stop this
I'm
bit.
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Oh, actually, my pick for him was really really easy too. So you know how his arms are kind of like living metal?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I don't think it's confirmed, but it's basically like a Necron Dermis or
Yeah, I think he like grabbed some like beast and like dipped it in lava and
yeah,
like it put it on his hands or something like that.
and it doesn't. They don't say, but you could kind of guess that it's maybe a Necron.
Maybe. Do you know Melmetal?
I just looked it up.
Melmetal's like living goopy metal. And I think that's kind of like the whole living metal thing. And it also has like, hex nuts
I
on it.
see
And
that.
so
That's
machines.
silly. That's so silly.
Yeah, nuts and bolts and living metal. I think that's
I could see this in
yeah.
like in the Fulgrim book when Fulgrim goes into like Ferris Manus's like workshop. I could see this Pokemon being in there.
There's also a second Pokemon. It's not a steel type. It is a fairy steel type. It's called Tinkaton.
Chinkaton?
Do you know what Tinkaton is?
What is this?
Tinkaton is just a little fairy type that grabs a bunch of scrap
He
metal,
does
turns
have
into
a
a hammer.
Warhammer. I mean,
It is just a bonking guy.
he
It's like a 100 kilogram hammer that you just grab it and it just goes.
I
It's
mean,
awesome.
yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Melmetal. I think that's a better fit.
Yeah, me too. So
So
got
fire.
okay. We have two. We have two. We could either go with Vulcan
Mm-hmm.
or Horus.
Yeah, so let's go with Vulcan. Let's see like the arguments for Vulcan first. He does have the whole fire aesthetic. It's the flamers. It's literally being on a planet of fire. It's his whole identity.
True. It is the fire of the forge. The idea is that Vulcan, he has a big hammer and he killed a fire drake and wears it on him. His whole thing is fire through resilience. The
Uh-huh.
idea that you can weather anything by being tempered by fire. That's a sort of vibe. And I did consider Vulcan for this, but also in terms of fire type Pokemon, you looking at Pokemon that are very aggressive, very
Very
like
prideful
assault
too.
heavy. Yeah, they have this hot headed sort of thing. And I think that a classic for this is like Sassy Charizard? Like, I think there are very iconic Pokemon here where their vibe, I mean, fits the let the galaxy burn. And you know who said, if I cannot save the galaxy from your failures, father, then let the galaxy burn in the Horus Heresy trailer a few years ago?
Mm,
Our boy Horus.
yeah, I like it. Plus we'll get into it later, but there's a better pick for Vulcan. I'm sure you could probably take
Trust
a
me.
guess now, but we'll get into
Yeah.
it later.
Trust me, there definitely is. So we're gonna do Horus for fire type. I have a couple. Um, so Horus is the Lupercal.
Okay.
He's associated.
Yeah.
He's associated with wolves, right?
The Luna Wolves. Yep.
I think Arcanine is a really good fit for him.
Let me pull this up again. My uh
Fire dog. Like a fire wolf.
yeah,
I
I could
think
see
that's it.
this. I could absolutely see this.
Yeah, my other two types were like Charmander, just because he's like a funny little guy,
I
and also
wondered.
Charmander's bald. So
Well,
I
no, no,
like
no,
it
no, no,
both.
no, 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 because we're trying to stop spreading misinformation. Horace isn't bald. He just shaves his hair.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah.
So Charmander is not going to be on the table. Entei is a legendary Pokemon who's basically like a saber-toothed cat, but with fire.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I like Arcanine. I think big,
Ooh.
fluffy, an angry
Oh
dog made of
wait.
fire. Oh,
I think I have a great idea. I just need to
hit me with it.
confirm its typing. Hang on.
Hit me with it.
Yeah, I think I have a pretty good one. So hear me out. Ninetales. And my case for it
We're
is
thinking like Vulpix and Ninetales.
so my case for it is doesn't Ninetales have a whole thing with the moon?
Oh, well, they're what's it called? Japanese mythology. Japanese mythology.
Yeah.
What is it?
Shoot.
Nine tail fox. What is it? Kitsune.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't the Kitsune like isn't it like very connected with the moon?
I think
Let me look it
so.
up.
They're also like really smart because they are just like
So you're a
they are basically just
shapeshifter.
Kitsune. I don't
Um
know. I don't know if Horus is a tricky little guy, but I don't know if he's that straightforward. I don't know. I think he's more straightforward. I'm still feeling Arcanine.
yeah.
Vulpix
Okay.
and Ninetales is neat. I feel like Ninetales is too like sleek and graceful for
That's
him. He
fair.
is yeah.
But my thought process behind it is I was thinking about like the what is it? The ceremony when damn, I'm blanking. When the main character in the Horse Heresy series becomes a part of the
The Mournival,
yeah,
Gabrielle
the
Loken.
Mournival.
Yeah.
So I don't know, very, very moon aesthetic, but Horus is like as we know him after those three books is yeah, Arcanine's pretty good.
Cool, cool. All right, so that's fire type. That's one of the three starter types.
Mm-hmm.
Second starter type is water type. And I think we only have like one Primarch that's associated with like water and fluidity and stuff like that, really?
Yeah, this is kind of there isn't a whole lot for this one.
Yeah. I like
Um,
it's kind of a slam dunk. We know water is going to be Alfarius. It's just a matter of what Pokemon to give him.
well, if we weren't making this gym leaders, I absolutely have the correct choice.
Is it Kecleon?
No, it's a Ditto.
Oh!
Your mic cut out so hard.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, Ditto would be
Oh,
perfect, but what is Ditto's
crap.
Pokemon type?
I think it's normal or
Is it
something like that.
really?
It's gotta be. Is he? Is Ditto not normal
I
type?
don't.
Okay, so, wait, I got it.
Yeah, he's normal.
It's a Ditto pretending to be an Inteleon.
What is that Pokemon? Hang on, I'm sure that was a
Inteleon
really
is
funny joke, but let
okay.
me.
Inteleon Gen 8, like water salamander. He's basically a spy.
Oh
He's a James Bond
God,
spy. He's a James Bond chameleon
I
spy.
see it. This is
Yeah,
silly.
James Bond chameleon spy. Ditto, but pretending to be a spy. That's what I'm saying.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
There it is.
Yep.
Ferris is a whole team of
He's
dittos.
not even a water type. It's perfect.
Exactly. Grass type. Okay. Grass.
Yeah.
Plant. Forests.
Forest. Son of the forest.
It's Lion.
Yeah.
Lionel Johnson.
So
We're thinking.
it was a pretty nice pick for me because when I think of the lion, I do think of Caliban and the forest and very he's very like he's very tied to nature.
Yeah.
So yeah, so grass type was my pick. Oh, dude, when I was trying to find a Pokemon for this, I had the like the most perfect idea. So like I'm sure, like I was so confident there has got to be a lion Pokemon out there with like a stone lion Pokemon. And yeah, I don't want to be grass type, sure. But it would have been a Calibanite lion, it would have been perfect, but no, it just doesn't exist. There's only like two lion Pokemon.
Yeah, there's a lot of cat Pokemon. I mean, like, there is a grass type cat named Sprigatito, but it doesn't fit the
It's not
vibe.
cool.
No. So, like, we got to think of other stuff associated with Lionel Johnson, and we're thinking of stalking through the forest, and we're
Knights
thinking of,
and
yeah.
medieval stuff. So that brings us to Decidueye, which does have a very cool Robin Hood aesthetic.
I think Decidueye is kind of a slam dunk.
It's
I have no arguments
I
against
don't think
it.
it's a slam dunk, but it's the best for what we can do.
If we're talking like, okay, just give him a lion. There's a lion type legendary in Sun and Moon, so like whatever. But
Yeah,
dude, if we're talking grass types, Decidueye is it. Like that's
I guess that's fair.
it's it's there because it's not as like cute as the other grass types, like Ivysaur or like
Leafeon.
yeah. So I'm
I
thinking,
was
yeah,
I was almost considering Ivysaur. Um, but oh, and I
it's
was
not
also
it.
consuming I was also considering I think it's Torterra, which is like my favorite fucking Pokemon.
Oh, the big turtle.
Yeah, I was thinking him because he does have like a literal forest on his back, which I thought was kind of neat,
Yeah,
but
mine
it's
doesn't
not
get
the
that
night
vibe.
aesthetic.
Yeah, I think that Decidueye being like a stealthy predator, like, because
Yeah.
it's an owl. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we got next?
Okay.
Electric?
Electric type. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know who has a lightning bolt on their face?
Literally on their face.
Yeah, electric types are known for being very high energy, very fast, and, the White Scars have a lightning bolt as their legion symbol.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Also,
Jagatai.
side note, I'm really I don't know why, but I'm really like vibing with like a Mongolian aesthetic lately. Like I got some Adeline Rough Riders. Also real quick, if you just cringed at how I pronounce that, go read Leontis, and that is how the author, or not the author, the voice actor
Voice
pronounces it.
actor.
So
Okay, you can't say because the voice actor pronounces it some way it's right. I think in Brutal Cunnin, the voice actor says Wog with a G
mm,
for the orcs. You
maybe
can't say.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should pronounce it the correct way. But anyways, I don't know. I really think the Mongolian aesthetic is cool. I'm really getting into it.
I've recently got back into it because like I've been listening to like The Who and Uhai and stuff because For Honor released a Mongolian hero. Oh god, we're so back.
So yeah, so Kana is our electric type Pokemon. What do we have that's electric and preferably really fast?
So I have two sort of vibes for Jagatai. So Jagatai, I went with two ideas. One is that he is the
Yeah,
Warhawk of Chagoris.
that
So I'm looking
that was
for
my idea,
hawks.
but
Yeah,
there's only like one electric bird.
yeah. There's hawks and eagles, but there's only one electric type of those, and that's Zapdos,
Hmm.
which is
It
kind of needly.
it doesn't work.
Now, another thing is going to the Mongolian roots and getting him a horse.
Hmm.
And Zebstrika is an electric type, kind of a zebra Pokemon,
Yeah,
obviously.
and it does have
But
the white, which
yeah,
yeah. I
it's
mean,
it's got the white, it's got the independent streak. I think either Zebstrika or Zapdos, one of those two.
Zapdos just doesn't have the right look. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Zebstrika.
Yeah, big electric zebra.
Hmm.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Okay,
So psychic.
that's
This is
easy.
pretty clear cut. It's Magnus.
It's a slam dunk. It's Magnus.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you want to talk about
Ooh, your Pokemon pick is right on the money. This is
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah. So if you want to talk about someone being created but haphazardly and then turning on their master by making a bunch of mistakes, I think Mewtwo is kind of funny.
That is actually pretty fucking funny. Mewtwo did nothing wrong.
I don't know. He killed thousands of people. I think Mewtwo is kind of funny for Magnus. I don't know why. I think Magnus is a meta sweat, and he would want to get a legendary.
Oh god, he really would. He'd be saving that Master Ball. I know it.
Yeah, he would get Mewtwo. I have two others. One, Alakazam, because
Yeah, that's the one
spoon.
that I kind of was thinking is a pretty good fit.
Yeah, Alakazam, funny spoon. I don't know why Cosmoem is like the space Pokemon. And for him, it was mainly just him gazing into the warp for like knowledge, maybe that, but
ooh, this does kind of have a Thousand Suns aesthetic. I like this. Yeah, no, actually, I like this more.
It's another legendary though, so like, I don't know.
You said it is a legendary?
Yeah, it's from Sun and Moon.
It's fine. Magnus would be the type to do everything to get a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, because like in Sun and Moon, those of you who haven't played a like 10-year-old game,
God, is Sun and Moon 10 years old now?
Yeah, I think it came out in 2014 or 2015,
Sun,
right?
Moon, East. God, this is gonna make me feel so old because I remember like 2016.
Oh, okay, almost 10 years old. I was
Ouch.
Close. I remember it came out when I was in college.
I can feel my spine creaking.
Yeah, dog. Ugh. But yeah, so I'm thinking like, okay, the character in there, one of the NPCs has like a tiny Cosmog in her bag. I think it's called like Nuffy or something like that. And it's very cute. Then it evolves into Cosmog and it's like, oh fuck, we had a legendary the entire time.
Oh my god, crazy. It's God.
Yeah, basically. So I don't know. I think Cosmoem, like, although Alakazam was funny, I think Cosmoem would do Magnus justice.
Ooh, I wonder if there's awesome. A psychic. Is there a psychic bird Pokemon? There's gotta be, right?
Why bird?
Zinch.
Oh!
Yeah, but Zatu doesn't look cool.
I don't. Oh yeah, Zatu is basically totem, like Pacific Northwest totem pole. I don't think that's really the vibe.
Yeah, I don't like these. These aren't good.
I'm going with Cosmo.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Boom. Cosmo. Not evolving into the other two legendaries. Just kept it in Cosmo form. That's all. Not bat, not lion, just Cosmo.
Okay. Okay. Ice.
Okay, winter. I mean, this is a slam dunk.
It really is.
It's Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, easy.
No, hang on. And so real quick for the viewers, there is a massive like blob of full caps text. So prepare yourself because Nick is he's gonna actually crash out.
Okay, so I'm thinking, okay. Easy. Lehman Russ, slam dunk. Ice type. Okay, I got an ice type Pokemon. Okay, he's the Space Wolves. That gives me an animal to look for. Wow. All I gotta do is find an ice type wolf.
This is your Calbanite lane.
Dude, can you fucking believe that wolves, who are historically associated in especially European culture with winter, there is no ice wolf Pokemon, nor is there any ice dog.
You can give me a fucking ice cream Pokemon, but you can't give me an ice wolf?
No, there is no canid. The closest, like, taxonomically thing we have close to it is either Beartic, which is a bear, or Spheal, which is a fucking seal. Like, yeah, we have the cats, like Alolan Vulpix and Chen Pao, but we don't have a dog. Why is there no ice dog?
This is brutal.
This sucks. So, like, okay, I have two options. I can either go with a bear, which I guess fair, sure. The Saga of the Bear is a rule they have. Or Saber-Tooth Tiger. And Chen Pao is a cool ice-type Saber-Tooth, and I think that's at least okay.
Yeah, but I can't see... Hang on, I'm trying to pull it up. But I can't see Lehman Russ being a cat person.
No, I think he's got to be a bear, if anything.
I'm liking
like,
Beartic.
If he's not a dog. Yeah, I think Beartic would be cool. I personally really want to see him maybe deal with Spheal, because Tyler, Spheal is my favorite Pokemon. I freaking
really?
love Spheal.
This is really hanging
I
on to
have.
Spheal. Oh god, I would do love Spheal.
He's so round.
Okay, hang on.
So good.
I have an idea. Let's make it
Yeah.
Spheal, and you go tell John about this.
I will. I'll link in the podcast. Like, yo, get ready for Lehman Russ.
We had the perfect Pokemon for Lehman Russ.
Yeah, it's the round friendly guy. That's the guy. All right. So Tyler, you know why we decided to like not give fire to Vulcan? Because when I got to Dragon type, I'm like, there's only one.
Yeah.
There's only
I think in
one
our original
Primarch.
typing, did we give Dragon to something else? Because I think we did.
I don't think so. I think originally we were maybe thinking of giving fire to Vulcan, but I'm like, we have to give Dragon to Vulcan. Like, come on. Like, the Salamanders, they have a dragon logo. He has a fire drake on his back. Like, come on. Like, the Black Dragons are a successor chapter of the Salamanders.
Yeah,
dude, he's the guy.
It's Dragons.
Yeah, and if I'm thinking dragons, did you know that Charizard is not a dragon type?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. You know what is a dragon type?
Dragonair? I don't think they are a dragon type.
Dragon is a dragon type, you're true.
Oh, okay.
There's actually not that many dragon, like, pure types. There's a lot of dragon hybrids. Like, Gibble is dragon ground.
I love Gibble.
He's so funny. Dragapult is like dragon ghost. There's a salamander Pokemon. Well, sort of.
Okay.
You ever heard of Salamence?
Give me a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really match. I mean, Salamence, yeah, haha, funny, Salamander. But, I don't know. He doesn't match the color scheme, though.
Yeah. See, I was also thinking Mega Charizard X, because he is a fire dragon type. But, like, you have to get into Mega Evolutions, and it feels like cheating.
I don't know. I can't see a gym leader having, like, a Mega Evolution Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ooh!
I mean...
wait! Ooh! Salaman's shiny!
Hold on. I'm looking it up. Oh my god, it's green. That's it. It's green and orange!
It's pretty bright
oh my god.
green, but I'm here for it.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Orange is the secondary color. I think it's like 8th Company Salamanders has orange as their pauldrons. Like,
okay.
This is it.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty spot on. I like it.
Yeah. I think we got there. Shiny Salamence. Because Vulcan cares for all his creatures. The gods blessed it. He had such good RNG that they blessed it with a shiny.
That's sweet. So, what do we have next? Dark. Who's our edgy boy?
Dude, slam dunk. It's Conrad Kurz.
It's so perfect.
It's so there. And so, okay, we're thinking
so
of
mad
Pokemon.
about our Pokemon options for this, though.
Dude, okay, so when you think of, like, animals for the Night Lords and for Kurz, what's the animal you think of? Exactly. Did you know there are no Dark-type bats?
I do now, and it pisses me off.
Zubat? Nope. Flying type. You know, if we have to do a Dark-type Pokemon, Mighty Yena is something, I guess. But if we don't have to do a Dark-type, like, Noivern is such a slam dunk for him.
It really is, but...
Oh, we can't because it's Flying Dragon. Why is Noivern Flying Dragon and not Flying Dark?
Ooh, I have a possible one.
Oh, yeah?
Absol? Very edgy. It's pretty emo. He's got the swoop here.
Very sharp guy.
No, I don't know. Ooh, oh my god.
Darkrai?
No, I have the perfect one. I just gotta find the name.
What is it?
Oh my god, this is perfect. This is so perfect. Please be
What, Galarian Lanoon?
What?
Never mind.
Oh wait, no, it's the one you had in your. You had this one, Zorok I don't know.
Zoroark.
Yeah, it's this one. It's got to be this one.
Yeah, it's like a sneaky fox. It's awesome.
Why do they have a hair tie?
I don't know. Conrad Kurz has long hair, I guess.
Does he? Yeah, okay, I guess he does, yeah.
Yep. So I'm feeling I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's really sad
Yeah.
we couldn't do a bat though.
Noivern, yeah. I know. We have no bats, but that's okay. We'll have Zoroark, and then maybe he has a Noivern on his team just to say fuck you.
Yeah. All right, our last one, fairy. Who do we have left that we have not covered? Who I've gone on
Uh,
record to say I don't like that much.
Sanguinius, which is crazy
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
keep
you
up
have
the
not read
Sanguinius
Echoes.
slander.
Dog, you have to read Echoes of Eternity.
I okay, but the thing is I want to read the Horus Heresy in order.
Okay, have fun reading like 60 books,
I'm
70
already
books at
like
that point.
20 or 30 books in.
God, so you've read First Heretic?
I don't know. Hang on. We'll talk about this later. But yeah, I'm kind of cruising.
Okay. So, I think because fairy types, like, yeah, they're known for being like whimsical little sweet treats, basically.
For me, it's
They're
the very
very,
like magical and noble aesthetic,
yeah, yeah. Like
or
this
just
one
like
was tough.
angelic is the right word.
Yes, I was hoping there was an angel Pokemon. There's not, so we got to go with okay. Sanguinius is the best boy, you know,
Who is the
best cute little guy.
best boy Pokemon?
I went with, for some reason, I have like three options. One, he is a flying guy. He has wings. So I went with, I guess, Mega Altaria, big
Mm,
floofy cloud, fairy flying type, bada bing, bada boom.
I don't know.
That's one. Okay. Scrap that one. Fido.
Isn't Fido just a dog? That's
Bread
just a
dog.
dog.
Bread dog.
He is
Bread
bred.
dog. Bread dog. Dog with the bread on him.
Why is there's fan art of Corgissant?
Oh,
Stood up
yeah!
pup? Are these real? No, these are fan art. Okay.
They're not. There is a corgi Pokemon, though. It's
Oh.
Yamper.
Oh, that's
Yamper's electric type,
sweet.
though. I know. Um, yeah, Fido is a funny guy. I mean, dude, I don't have it. I guess Clefairy because
Clefairy,
Clefairy's
it
got little
can't be
wings.
Clefairy. I'm sorry.
It can't be Clefairy. I don't have any good fairy types, dude. I'm
It can't
sorry.
be. It can't be.
Like, dude, I'm trying to find fairy type Pokemon to use. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of good options.
Do you have anything else other than like Clefable? Like, come on.
Hmm. I wonder.
Do you want to just go with Sylveon?
No.
But it's an evolution. I don't think it counts.
No, Sylveon doesn't work either.
I mean, Zacian. Oh, wait. Zacian from Sword and Shield. It's the wolf with a sword and wings.
What?
Hold on, I'll show you. This guy.
Ooh,
He's a fairy.
it's kind of
He's
cool.
he's a fairy type, and then when he gets the sword, it becomes
Oh.
fairy steel.
I should know this Pokemon. What is his name? Okay. Let me confirm his typing. No, damn it.
What's up?
I thought Lucario would be a nice pick, but he's not
Nope.
psychic.
I think Luke. No, he's like
Or not
dark type,
psychic,
isn't he?
fairy, sorry.
Yeah, no, he's not fairy. Nope,
Hmm.
can't do that. I mean, I don't know. I like Zacian a lot because it's like a warrior, but also
What about-
fairy type.
What about,
you
hear
know?
me out, what about Gardevoir?
Gardevoir Psychic Fairy? I mean, he is a Psyker.
And I'm pretty sure
That's
Gardevoir has own like record. You know, now I'm spreading Pokemon misinformation. Been able to predict the future.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a Gardevoir. So, you know what? Yeah. I think you're right. I think you smacked it in one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't that many options.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I'd go with that.
Okay.
There's also, yeah, let's go Gardevoir. That,
Alright.
that fits. That
Well,
fits.
that's
Graceful.
all of them.
We did it. There you go. Simple as that.
We
There's
caught
our
them
types. Do you want to do quick review?
What do you mean?
Do you want to do like a quick like rundown in case people didn't want to click on the chapters?
So they just skip to the very end of the video?
Yeah, let's get to the end of the video.
Sure.
All right. Normal, Rabute, Gilliman, Eevee. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Fighting, Angron, Conkeldurr?
Yep.
Cool. Flying, Corvus, Corvax, Corviknight.
Yep.
Yep. Poison, Fulgrim, Seviper?
Yep.
Ground, Perturabo, Donphan?
Yeah, you wanted the elephant.
Yeah.
Ooh, something
Rock,
now I'm thinking of Perturabo being the elephant and Rogodorn being the rhino.
Yeah! That's it.
Neat.
There we go. Perturabo, Donphan, Rogodorn, Rhyhorn. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bug, Mortarion, Dustox.
Yeah.
Ghost, Lorgar. Do you want to do Cofagrigus? Duskull.
Yeah. It was
Haunter. Duskull or Haunter?
Haunter.
One of those two.
Haunter.
Yeah, Haunter. Ghost, Lorgar, Haunter.
Yep.
Steel, Ferrous Mantis, Melmetal.
Yep.
Fire, Horus, Arcanine.
Yep.
Water, Alfarius,
Ditto.
a Ditto pretending to be Inteleon.
Yep.
Grass, Lionel Johnson, Decidueye.
Yep.
Electric, Jagatai.
Zipstrika.
Zipstrika. There we go. Psychic, Magnus.
It was the moon one.
Yeah, Cosmium.
Yeah.
Cosmium. There we go. Ice, Lehman Russ. Beartic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beartic. Dragon, Vulcan, Shiny Salamence.
Yep.
There we go. Dark, Conrad, Zoroark.
Yeah.
Zoroark with maybe a Noivern in the kit. And then Fairy, Sanguinius, Gardevoir.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty okay take. I think we did pretty good on this.
There we go. All right. Well, in that case, Tyler, you got anything to say to the people before we head out of here?
No, I don't think so. Other than a reminder to join the book club. We are reading Xenos by Dan Abnett. We'll be doing a video on that in probably like 2 months or something. Join Discord.
If you'd like to give Tyler thumbnail money, send him some Patreon money.
No, I'm making the thumbnails now, but
there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we will use the Patreon's money for other stuff. Same thing with ad revenue. And also, if you guys don't know, we don't pocket any of that, so we have to use it on the channel.
Yep. Ad revenue goes to Talis. Patreon goes to improving the channel. However,
it gets kind of split here and there, but yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's about it. That's our Pokemon gym leaders. If you guys got better ideas for typing or better Pokemon picks, leave them in the comments. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, we will see you guys later.
All right, peace.